It started with a seductive promise, a whisper of untold riches just within reach. Financial freedom, the kind that allows you to dictate your own life. Escape from the soul-crushing 9-to-5 grind, the daily monotony that so many dread, and a secure future for yourself and your loved ones, all attainable with just a few clicks of a mouse. This was the enticing world of CBEX, a name that would soon become synonymous with shattered dreams. A crypto-based exchange that projected an image of legitimacy. It sounded official, modern, cutting-edge, and, above all else, incredibly profitable, promising returns that seemed almost too good to be true. CBEX boldly claimed to unlock the complex world of cryptocurrency for everyone, regardless of their background or knowledge. No specialized expertise was needed, just your hard-earned savings and, most importantly, your unwavering trust in their platform. They passionately called it the democratization of wealth, a chance for everyone to participate in the booming crypto market. But behind the meticulously crafted slick marketing campaigns and the carefully curated glowing testimonials, a far darker and more sinister truth lurked, hidden beneath the surface. This wasn't a legitimate financial revolution empowering the masses, it was a meticulously crafted digital illusion, a house of cards built on a foundation of lies, deception, and insatiable greed. The tantalizing promise of easy money and effortless wealth was nothing more than carefully placed bait. The real product, the true outcome for so many, was devastating financial ruin and shattered lives. Thousands of individuals, ranging from vulnerable retirees to hopeful young families just starting out, helplessly watched their dreams and aspirations slowly turn into agonizing nightmares, filled with uncertainty and despair. They genuinely believed they were making sound investments in their future security, but in reality, they were unknowingly funding a massive, elaborate fraud scheme. Over $500 million mysteriously vanished into thin air, leaving a trail of broken lives in its wake, leaving behind a scene of utter devastation that authorities are still working tirelessly to untangle and understand. The story of CBEX isn't just a cautionary tale about one isolated company's downfall. It serves as a stark warning for all of us in this increasingly complex and vulnerable digital age. It vividly illustrates just how easily trust can be manufactured, manipulated, and ultimately weaponized against unsuspecting individuals. The timeless allure and seductive promise of getting rich quickly and effortlessly is a constant temptation, but now it cleverly wears a sophisticated high-tech disguise, making it even harder to detect. Over the course of this series, we'll meticulously pull back the curtain, revealing exactly how CBEX started from humble beginnings, how it rapidly grew, and ultimately, how it spectacularly collapsed in a dramatic and devastating implosion that shook the financial world. We'll carefully reveal the critical red flags and warning signs that so many chose to ignore, blinded by their desperate desire to believe in the impossible. This story isn't just about abstract numbers flickering on a screen or complex financial transactions. At its heart, it's a deeply human story about real people whose lives were irrevocably changed. People like Sarah, a hardworking single mother striving to provide a better future for her child, and David, a dedicated retired worker who had diligently saved his entire life, both of whom tragically lost absolutely everything they had worked so hard to achieve. They weren't driven by greed or avarice, they were simply hopeful individuals seeking a brighter future, and they tragically placed their unwavering trust in the wrong hands, with devastating consequences. By the end of this series, you'll gain a clear understanding of how easily anyone, regardless of their experience or background, could potentially fall victim to the next CBEX. What exactly CBEX? It presented itself as a revolutionary force in the world of finance, a beacon of innovation promising to democratize wealth. On the surface, it was a marketing masterpiece, meticulously crafted to inspire confidence and project an image of cutting-edge sophistication. Their website oozed professionalism. Every pixel, every font choice, every carefully selected image was designed to convey trustworthiness and expertise. Stock photos featuring diverse smiling faces, a color scheme of deep blues and golds evoking stability and prosperity, and a mission statement boldly proclaiming their intention to empower the everyday investor. It was a message designed to resonate with those seeking financial freedom. They expertly positioned themselves as trusted guides, offering a safe haven in the often turbulent and unpredictable Wild West of crypto. The public face of CBEX was Julian Finch, a charismatic CEO who was fluent in all the right buzzwords, effortlessly spouting phrases like AI-driven liquidity pools and decentralized wealth. He looked trustworthy, sounded intelligent, and sold the dream of financial independence with an unnerving level of confidence that bordered on hypnotic. The core product at the heart of CBEX's promise was the CBEX Smart Portfolio. The pitch was simple, yet incredibly alluring. Deposit your money, and their proprietary AI bot would work tirelessly to generate high, consistent returns. No prior knowledge or expertise required. Investors didn't need to understand the intricate workings of the algorithm. They just needed to trust in the magic of CBEX's technology. Across social media platforms, influencers flaunted their seemingly unattainable luxury lifestyles, all while explicitly crediting CBEX for their newfound wealth. Online advertisements aggressively promised passive income streams and even guaranteed profits. A claim that should have raised immediate red flags. To further fuel the growth, a multi-level referral program cleverly turned victims into unwitting sales agents, incentivizing them to recruit new members. This created a viral effect, rapidly expanding the reach of the scheme and ensnaring more and more unsuspecting individuals. Each new investor who joined the ranks added a layer of perceived legitimacy to the ever-growing pyramid, making it harder to discern the truth. The marketing message was relentless and designed to instill a sense of urgency. Get in now, while you still can, or risk being left behind in the dust. The illusion of CBEX was meticulously crafted and for a time complete, until, inevitably, it wasn't. Because behind the scenes, far from the gleaming facade, it was all smoke and mirrors, a house of cards built on deception and lies. CBEX's biggest lure? What was the irresistible hook that drew so many people in? Guaranteed returns. The promise of risk-free profit, a siren song to investors of all levels. They offered investment tiers, a tiered system designed to entice investors with varying risk appetites and capital. 5% monthly for starters, a seemingly modest but incredibly lucrative return for those just dipping their toes in. 8% for pros, a significant jump designed to attract more experienced investors seeking higher gains, and a staggering 12% for whales. An astronomical figure promising immense wealth to those willing to invest big. No legitimate investment can promise that, ever. Such guarantees are a red flag, a clear sign of potential fraud. Yet the temptation was irresistible for many. The allure of easy money clouded their judgment, blinding them to the obvious risks. Fake testimonials flooded their site, carefully crafted narratives designed to build trust and credibility, actors posing as grateful investors, further reinforcing the illusion of success and legitimacy, bots churning out glowing reviews, amplifying the positive sentiment and drowning out any potential skepticism. The user dashboard showed profits ticking up daily, a constant stream of positive reinforcement fueling their belief in the system, with smooth, upward trending graphs. A visual representation of consistent growth, designed to inspire confidence and encourage further investment. It looked and felt real. The platform was meticulously designed to mimic a legitimate investment platform. Early on, small withdrawals were allowed, just enough to build trust. A crucial element in any Ponzi scheme. When the money arrived, doubts vanished. The tangible proof of profit solidified their belief in the platform's legitimacy. Classic Ponzi pay early investors with new money to build confidence. A deceptive cycle that relies on a constant influx of new participants. But the numbers were fiction, purely fabricated, with no basis in reality. There was no AI bot, no real trading, just a closed loop of deception, a sophisticated illusion designed to enrich the creators at the expense of everyone else. New money updated dashboards and paid out a few withdrawals, perpetuating the cycle and attracting even more victims. The dashboard was a video game, not an investment account. A carefully constructed simulation designed to mimic the experience of real trading. For a while, everyone thought they were winning, blissfully unaware of the impending disaster, but the entire operation was a house of cards, built on lies and deception, destined to crumble under its own weight. And it was about to collapse, the inevitable end of every Ponzi scheme, leaving a trail of devastation in its wake. The warning signs were impossible to miss. Guaranteed high returns? That's a universal scam red flag. CBEX wasn't registered with any financial authority, no license, no oversight. When questioned, they gave vague answers about decentralization. Their marketing used urgency and FOMO, limited time offer, join now. Legitimate investments don't need pressure tactics. The company's addresses were just mail drops. The team page was stock photos and fake names. No independent audits, no technical documentation, just empty promises. Investors poured in money based on faith in a slick website and a charismatic frontman. The red flags were there for anyone willing to look. For 18 months, CBEX thrived until the flow of new investors slowed, the first sign withdrawal delays. What once took hours now took days, then weeks. Excuses piled up: system upgrades, security reviews, network congestion. Panic spread in online groups as more people reported pending withdrawals. Support became unresponsive. Posts questioning CBEX were deleted and users were banned. The company blamed FUD spreaders and doubled down on marketing, offering desperate bonuses for new deposits. It was a last-ditch cash grab. The confidence that fueled the scheme evaporated, replaced by dread and anger. The operators knew the end was near. They tried to squeeze every last dollar before disappearing. The community turned toxic, and trust collapsed. The illusion was crumbling fast. Investors realized too late that the money was gone. The house of cards was about to fall, and there was no safety net. The collapse was sudden. On November 15, 2024, the CBEX website vanished, replaced by a server error. Dashboards, testimonials, and Julian Finch, all gone. Telegram channels were abandoned, leaving thousands in shock. Support emails bounced, phone lines were dead. The realization hit: it was all gone. One retiree, Michael, lost his entire pension, $150,000, overnight. Regulators scrambled, but it was too late. The SEC filed charges revealing over $580 million stolen from tens of thousands. Most funds were never invested, just shuffled to pay early investors and enrich the scammers. The investigation uncovered a shocking truth. Julian Finch was a deep fake, the name an alias. The real masterminds were cybercriminals hidden behind shell companies and crypto mixers. Recovery was nearly impossible. The future of finance was a total fiction. The victims were left with nothing. After the collapse, investors faced more than financial loss. They faced shame, anger, and broken relationships. Support groups formed online filled with stories of lost savings and shattered dreams. The psychological toll was immense. Legal action froze a few assets, but most of the money was gone, laundered and untraceable. The hunt for the perpetrators continues, but they remain at large. The use of deepfakes made it even harder to catch them. Regulators are now scrambling to catch up, calling for stricter rules on crypto and AI marketing. For victims, these protections come too late. They're left to rebuild, haunted by a promise that was always too good to be true. The CBEX scandal is a brutal lesson for the digital age. The CBEX fraud unfolded over 2 years, a carefully staged deception. May 2022, CBEX launches targeting tech forums and crypto groups. Early investors post fake success stories. January 2023, marketing ramps up, influencers join, and the referral program fuels exponential growth. February 2024, new investments slow, withdrawals are delayed, and cracks appear. November 2024, the website and social channels vanish. Panic erupts as investors realize their funds are gone. November 20th, the SEC files fraud charges, confirming CBEX as a massive Ponzi scheme. Over $500 million lost. Shockwaves ripple through the online investment world. The timeline reveals just how long a lie can last when people want to believe. The CBEX story is painful, but it must be a lesson. Be skeptical of any investment promising high, guaranteed returns. Legitimate investing always involves risk. Always verify, check for registration with financial authorities, research the people behind the company, and confirm real addresses. Beware the black box. If you can't understand how it works, walk away. Buzzwords and secrecy are red flags, not signs of genius. Never invest in something you don't comprehend. Resist FOMO. Legitimate opportunities don't come with a ticking clock. Take your time, consult a trusted advisor, and don't be rushed. The next CBEX is already out there crafting its pitch. Don't be its next victim.